Lily, look at the camera.
I didn't know you were starting.
I am starting. I want to cover my address. Wait, let's see if we can get this down in one take. I want to go home. Oh, there's my ID in the back of my phone. What? I forgot my ID's in the back of my phone. Anyways, okay. Cinderella is an iconic movie, and the main character is the most famous Disney princess of all time. Cinderella has some hit songs such as "A Dream is what a wish your heart makes." So this is love, and then also "Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo." Other iconic things in Cinderella are the Deepalicious stepsisters, the transforming pumpkin carriage, and most importantly, the dresses. Cinderella has a silver dress, and her stepsisters have these matching pink and green dresses. And since Cinderella is set in the Victorian era, it is a perfect example of Victorian era ball gowns. A Victorian ball gown starts before the dress, and each and every part plays a significant aspect. First starts with a corset. In 1790, which is before the Victorian era, the corset has these straps around the shoulders, and the bust line is high as all of them, but the waistline is centered right around the waist. However, in 1810, there are no longer any straps. The bust line is right here, and there's a significant drop in the waist, which covers right above the hips. And then in 1820s, the bust line is still very high, but there is a distinct there's a difference between the 1810 and 1820 that accentuates the hips, and also the main purpose of the 1820s corset, along with supporting the bust, is tightening up the waist. That's the word. And this is from Hope Greenberg. The neckline is always very high because we like modesty in here. No cleavage. The next part is the petticoat. So the neckline of the petticoat is completely dependent on the fabric that's draping over it, which is the dress itself. However, the main purpose of the petticoat is to create volume. However, there's a dilemma because we love big dresses. So this is the dress that it was beforehand. This is how big we want it to be. So either we're going to need to continue stacking up petticoats, but how are you going to dance when you have 20 layers of fabric on you? That's 30 something pounds. So this is where we have the transition to hoop skirts, which was once called a crêle. And this is from Epics of Fashion. A crêle made of steel reins, it made it possible to reach a great size of skirt without using so many petticoats, which is where we get to hoop skirts. So because we don't have to use petticoats anymore, we have these hoop skirts, which in 1850 was just literally a circle and you're in the middle of it. However, in 1860, the volume started to go towards the back, which is where we get the bustle from. And this is also from the Epics of Fashion, is helping with the illusion of a smaller waist. So coupled with the cinched waist from the corset, the hoop skirt also draws attention out of it, so you can see how tiny the waist is and how you basically don't have a waist. And then this is where we get to the dress and what it means. So the dress always has the fabric and the color in mind. So the fabric, it's either lightweight or it's heavy fabric, and lightweight is usually used for single women who are dancing around. It's also used in the daytime when you're not taking in the aspects of ball gowns, because that's what working women use. But back to that, lightweight fabric is used for, single women use it so they can dance around and they can fill up their dance card. And then heavy fabric is used for married women or older women who just mingle the entire time and they have no reason to dance because they're in a happy marriage, so they don't need a dance card. And then the color is an important part as well because there is always some meaning behind it. So lighter fabrics, They're usually used during the evening and again by younger and single women. And these lighter colors show off, like, they depict femininity and delicacy, which is what the women want because men love a petite little woman who is so very feminine. And then darker colors, they're used in the day, but when they are used in the evening, it is by, again, older women or women who are married because it exudes wealthiness and maturity, but then also, specifically black, is worn by women in mourning if they decide to go out. And both of these are from Gabriella J. Smith. Thank you. And then everything underneath the dress is as much as it is important about over the dress, it is the foundation of the dress itself. And everything takes into account of what it is. So whether you're dancing or socializing, that is taken into mind. And who is wearing the dresses also matters, whether you're entering courtship or you're content in your marriage, or if you just lost your husband. But the dress is more than a dress, it is a message. You're all engaged.